And welcome back on Unleashing Your Potential with myself, Coach Toriso. The coaches, guys, are talking about their journey. And I know for sure that for them to be here, it was because of they had to overcome fear, right? But then what is fear? What is fear? Help somebody out there to understand what is fear.
Well, I would like to read a quote in my book. Right?
All right.
Yeah, it's right here on page 22.
Yeah.
It said, fear is the feeling.
Fear is a feeling.
Yeah, so fear is the feeling of fear, you know, the feeling of fear keeps us inside. So I would like to talk more about the feeling. Mm-hmm. You know, we choose what we are feeling, right? Like I can choose to be happy, I can choose to be sad. Yeah, whatever happened outside, it happened, but it doesn't have control over me, over what is happening inside, you know. So fear is a feeling that I choose to go and tap into. Just like when I want to be happy, like what I do when I want to be happy, I listen to some music and then I become so happy, or I read a book, or I listen to a talk, so that I can pick and choose what I want. So the world every day, you know, when you are getting up, it gives you a long dining table full of different kind of foods. It's a whole variety that you need to go and pick and choose. What do you want? Do you want to eat some fruits? Do you want to date? And then people normally choose fear, you know. And once they choose fear, then they put themselves in that state of like feeling, okay, I don't know what to do, where I need to go, and then they stay in that state, forgetting that it is a feeling that they actually choose to be into. And when we are now going deep into what is that fear really telling you, that's the only thing you should be asking yourself, not for you to accept the fear, but to say, okay, I am feeling fearful, like I'm so afraid. What is it that am I afraid of? Then it's pointing you somewhere so that you can go and fix whatever mess that is there. So fear is a feeling that we choose into, to actually tap into, but at the same time, it is directing you somewhere. Like, you need to go and fix something. For example, let me give you my childhood experience. You know, I knew that I was supposed to actually get up and go to the garden and do whatever I was supposed to do there, but I chose to get up and go and play. And then and my dad has actually went out, so I knew that at 3 he's gonna be back. So around 2, I started feeling my heart pumping, like
the feeling came now.
Yeah, the feeling came, and then I choose to, what is going on? Oh damn, I haven't done the garden. Then I had to quickly go and do that and come back, and then I was now fine. So where did it go? You know, so fear is just a feeling that is telling us that there's something that you actually need to go and fix. Is it a rent? You know, around 20th, you start feeling like, I'm afraid, it's almost a month end. You need to know, oh, my rent is not yet in order, so I need to go and fix that. Just go there and gather money. If you don't have that. So fear is the feeling that you can choose to tap into or choose to take control. Remember, as I said, that it's pointing you, it's directing you somewhere, and then you have to choose that. Okay, do I need to fix the mess and gain control, or do I need to sit down and relax and remain like in that state of being afraid up until the danger comes, because it's like warning, beep, 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 warning.
Closer,
yes, you are close, something like that.
Wow, I love that definition.
So he's saying something super powerful, and I want to support it in this statement. But I was still very young, a small boy. Told you I was bubbly. So this one time, my mother had a small kumbi that she used to transport kids to school with. So this kumbi, it was a small Suzuki. So every time I'm in the car, looking at my mother driving the car, I see this small kumbi. It's small, man. And I didn't know I'm small at that time. So I calculate 1 + 1. Man, I can drive this thing. Idea came in my mind. I'm like, one day I'm gonna drive this thing. I just waited for that one day that the Lord will make. You made that day.
It happened,
It happened when they left me home alone. My parents left. I was left home alone with my 2 younger sisters. I've got 2 baby sisters. They're twins. So I was left with them. As I was walking past the dining room, I saw on the hanger, the keys are there and the car is outside. I was like, you know what?
So this is my
the
moment.
day. It's my moment. I took the keys. I went out over the fence. I called my friend Prince.
You're like,
hey, Prince!
Come.
And apparently, I had my other friend Gosnati in there as well.
Boys are naughty. I've always been naughty.
Prince came running. When he got there, he's like, what's happening? I'm like, shh, we're driving today. He's like, you're kidding. I'm like, hey, wait, let's go. We get into the car. I'm like, let's move. So I get in the driver's seat. Just before I start, I'm like, Majita, because the car was parked just inside the garage. The head was inside the door. So I'm like, let's push it outside. We push it outside so we minimize any risk that's about to happen. That was a good idea.
Sure.
We moved the car a bit outside. Now we are ready to move. Put the key in the ignition. Majita, are you ready? Seat belt in. Kaka.
Bang into the garage.
Bang into the garage wall. It came crumbling down.
Oh.
We were terrified.
Definitely.
In fear.
Yeah.
As we're in terror, told my guys, my champs, we cannot be in fear. We have to fix the mess.
Sure.
We pushed the car back where it was. The wall is broken down. My 2 younger sisters came running. What's happening? I'm like, shh. Go back. Nothing is happening. You don't know what happened.
Wow.
We left to go and play. My parents came back and they found out that it was me. The rest is history. What happened is a story for another day, viewers. But from that experience, my life changed.
Okay.
It took a different turn.
Yeah.
Because that energetic, bubbly guy who was always ambitious was shut down.
Sure.
When I'm at school doing assignments with my friends, I was the one to just agree. I would never be the one to suggest. Why? Because I once made a decision and it failed. So that experience always made me to be scared of voicing out my opinion.
Sure.
So I was that person who always agrees with everyone. When I'm supposed to do something new, I have to get everybody's opinion. Is this right? Is this wrong? Because I'm scared. What if I make a bad mistake? I once made a bad decision.
And it kept you there.
It kept me there. It arrested me. I was oppressed by that feeling of fear.
Wow.
So that feeling, for a very long time, it imprisoned me.
Sure.
And I saw that there were many things that I could have done with my life. That's why I always say I do believe that if only it was not the fear, if only I had the confidence in myself, I would be a millionaire right now, guaranteed.
Yes.
In cash, not in assets only. But the fear held me back.
Yeah.
So that is what fear is. Fear is that imprisonment that keeps you in this one place. But also one thing I liked about what Dongo said is fear, and I say in my book, fear is an indicator.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Fear is not bad.
Yeah.
We need it.
When people say, hey, the fear does not exist, they're lying.
Yeah.
Why is there such a thing called fear if it doesn't exist?
If it doesn't exist,
Yeah.
So it's there.
Yeah.
But it's an indicator to say you need courage to tap in.
Nice.
Because when you are scared, it's okay to be scared. We're always scared. I was scared coming here today because I didn't know what I was going to say.
You overcome the fear.
But that was an indicator to say, let the courage kick in. You will do it anyway.
I love that.
And that's what courage is.
Actually, that's where I actually wanted to start, to how to now overcome this fear. To overcome this fear, because now we're talking about this fear. And they've unpacked it. And please stay tuned because we are coming right back.